If you're over 60 and you've been feeling that strange tingling in your hands or feet, or maybe a weakness in your legs that you just can't explain, stop what you're doing right now, because what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes could be one of the most important things you hear this year. My name is Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and welcome to the Health Insider. Today we're talking about something that is silently destroying the nerves of millions of Americans over 60, and almost nobody is talking about it. And here's the kicker. It's not your blood sugar. It's not your cholesterol. It's not even your blood pressure. It's something hiding in plain sight, something most doctors don't even check for during a routine visit. And the worst part, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to reverse. So stay with me all the way to the end, because I'm going to give you a step-by-step action plan you can start using today. And trust me, the last point I share is going to surprise you. Before we get into what this hidden poison actually is, I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine you're holding thousands of tiny electrical wires running through your whole body, from the tips of your fingers all the way down to the soles of your feet. These wires carry messages from your brain to every single part of you. They tell your heart to beat. They tell your legs to move. They help you feel hot and cold, pain and pressure. These wires are your nerves. Now imagine someone slowly pouring acid on those wires. Not all at once, just a little bit every single day. Over time, those wires start to fray. The signals get fuzzy. Things stop working the way they should. That's exactly what's happening inside millions of people right now, and they have absolutely no idea. Maybe you've noticed it yourself. A burning feeling in your feet at night that keeps you from sleeping. A numbness that comes and goes in your fingers. Maybe you've been dropping things more often, or your balance just isn't what it used to be. You might feel random shooting pains, like little electric shocks, or maybe a weakness that makes climbing stairs feel like climbing a mountain. You've probably mentioned it to your doctor, and maybe they said it's just aging. Or they ran some standard tests, everything came back normal, and you went home with no real answers. That experience is more common than you think. And it's not because doctors don't care. It's because this particular cause, this hidden poison, simply isn't on the standard testing checklist. So the damage continues, quietly, in the background, while you wonder what's going on with your body. Now here's what most people get wrong. Most people, and even many doctors, assume that nerve damage after 60 is almost always about diabetes. And yes, diabetic neuropathy is real, and it's serious. But here's what the research is now showing. A huge number of people who have no diabetes, no high blood sugar, and no obvious medical condition are still suffering from significant nerve damage. And the reason why is being traced back to one specific biological process that goes haywire as we age. A process that most people have never even heard of. So if you've been told your numbers look fine, but you still feel like something is wrong, keep watching. Because fine on paper doesn't mean fine in your nerves. So here's what I want you to get out of today's video. First, you're going to understand exactly what this hidden poison is and where it comes from. Second, you're going to learn the specific ways it attacks your nerves. Third, I'm going to give you a clear, simple action plan to start protecting yourself right now. And the fifth point I share today, I want you to pay extra close attention because it flies completely in the face of what most health advice out there tells you. Before we go any further, I want to ask you something. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, do you experience any tingling, numbness, or burning in your hands or feet? Just type yes or no. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps me understand what you're dealing with so I can keep creating content that actually helps you. Okay, let's get into it. Here's the simple science. As we get older, our bodies produce less of a critical protective coating called myelin. Think of myelin like the plastic insulation around an electrical wire. When the insulation is thick and healthy, the electrical signal travels fast, clean, and clear. But when that insulation starts to thin or break down, the signal gets scrambled. You get short circuits, you get dropped signals, you get that tingling, that numbness, that weakness. Now, what strips away that myelin coating? That's the real question. And the answer is a process called chronic low-grade inflammation, combined with oxidative stress. two things that ramp up dramatically after 60. But here's where it gets really interesting. The primary trigger that's driving this inflammation and oxidative stress in millions of people isn't a disease. It isn't genetics. It's a molecule that your own body produces. And the name of that molecule is homocysteine. Number one, homocysteine. What it is and why it's so dangerous. Homocysteine is an amino acid that's produced naturally inside your body as a byproduct of metabolism. Your body makes it when it breaks down a protein called methionine, which comes from meat, eggs, and dairy. In a healthy young body, homocysteine gets quickly converted into other safe substances and cleared out. But after 60, this conversion process slows down dramatically. So homocysteine starts to build up in your blood. And here's where the trouble starts. High homocysteine is like rust forming inside your pipes. It damages the inner lining of your blood vessels. It triggers inflammation throughout your body. It creates oxidative stress, basically a chemical fire burning through your tissues. And nerves are extremely sensitive to that fire. Multiple large-scale studies have found that people with elevated homocysteine have dramatically higher rates of nerve damage, cognitive decline, and even cardiovascular disease. One major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that elevated homocysteine was directly linked to peripheral neuropathy. That's the medical term for the tingling, numbness, and pain in your hands and feet. The terrifying part is that most people have never had their homocysteine tested. It's not part of a standard blood panel. So even if you've had blood work done recently, there's a very good chance your doctor never checked this number. Number two, the three nutrients that control homocysteine and why you're probably deficient in all of them. Your body needs 3 specific B vitamins to convert homocysteine into safe compounds and clear it from your system. Those 3 are vitamin B12, folate, which is B9, and vitamin B6. When you have enough of all 3, your homocysteine stays low and your nerves stay protected. But here's the problem. After 60, your body's ability to absorb B12 drops significantly. This is because your stomach produces less of a protein called intrinsic factor, which is absolutely necessary for B12 absorption. So even if you're eating plenty of meat and eggs, even if you're taking a multivitamin, you may still be critically deficient in B12. And B12 is perhaps the most important of the 3 when it comes to nerve protection. B12 is directly involved in building and repairing that myelin sheath we talked about earlier, that insulation around your nerves. Without enough B12, the insulation thins, the nerve signals scramble, and you start feeling all those symptoms that doctors keep telling you are just part of getting older. Number 3, the gut connection that nobody is talking about. Here's something that blew my mind when I first started looking into this. Your gut bacteria play a direct role in how well you absorb and produce B vitamins. Specifically, certain beneficial bacteria in your gut actually synthesize B vitamins and help transport them into your bloodstream. But after 60, your gut microbiome changes dramatically. The diversity of good bacteria decreases. The bad bacteria start to take over. And this creates a situation where even if you're eating the right foods and taking supplements, your gut may not be absorbing what you're putting in. It's like pouring water into a cracked bucket. Studies have shown that people with poor gut health have significantly higher homocysteine levels, even when their diet looks perfectly fine on paper. So if you've been wondering why your supplements don't seem to be doing much, your gut health might be the missing piece. Number 4, the sleep connection. This one surprised me. Research shows that poor sleep, specifically getting less than 6 hours per night, or having disrupted, restless sleep, significantly raises homocysteine levels. Why? Because sleep is when your body does most of its cellular repair and detoxification. When you shortchange your sleep, your body doesn't have time to properly clear out homocysteine and other metabolic waste products. Your inflammatory markers go up, your oxidative stress goes up, and your nerves pay the price. There's also evidence that low melatonin, which naturally declines with age, plays a role in this cycle. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It's actually a powerful antioxidant that helps protect nerve tissue from damage. So when melatonin drops and sleep quality worsens, you get a double hit to your nerve health. Number 5. This is the surprising one. Certain very common medications may be making things significantly worse. Now, I want to be very clear here. Never stop taking a prescribed medication without talking to your doctor first. But it's critically important that you have an informed conversation with your doctor about this. Some of the most commonly prescribed medications for people over 60 have been shown in studies to deplete B vitamins and raise homocysteine levels. Metformin, one of the most widely used diabetes medications, is well documented to deplete B12. Proton pump inhibitors, those acid reflux medications like omeprazole and pantoprazole that millions of people take every single day, they reduce stomach acid, which means you absorb less B12. Certain blood pressure medications have also been linked to B vitamin depletion. And here's the cruel irony. People with diabetes are already at high risk for nerve damage, and the very medication they're using to manage their blood sugar may be making their B12 deficiency worse. This is not about blaming doctors or demonizing medications. It's about making sure you're informed. Because when you know the connection, you can ask your doctor about monitoring your B12 levels and whether supplementation makes sense for you. If this is starting to make sense to you, go ahead and hit the like button right now. It helps more people find this information, and it honestly means the world to me. And be honest with yourself. How many of these things apply to you? Poor sleep, gut issues, common medications, low energy, tingling in your hands or feet. The dots connect pretty quickly. Here's the bigger picture I want you to walk away with today. We've been conditioned to think of nerve damage as something that just happens when you get older. Like a car that's been on the road too long, eventually the parts just wear out. But that's the wrong mental model. Your body is not a machine that simply breaks down with age. It's a living, dynamic system that is constantly repairing itself, as long as it has the right tools. The nerve damage you may be experiencing right now is not inevitable. In many cases, when you identify the root cause, elevated homocysteine, B vitamin deficiency, poor gut health, and you address it, the body can actually begin to repair that nerve damage, slowly, but meaningfully. Research has shown that getting homocysteine levels under control can slow the progression of nerve damage, and in some cases actually reverse it. That is not a small thing, that is life-changing. So here's what you can actually do. Step 1, get your homocysteine tested. Ask your doctor specifically for a homocysteine blood test. Normal is considered under 10 micromoles per liter, but many functional medicine doctors prefer to see it under 7 for optimal nerve health. Step 2, get your B12 levels tested as well. Not just whether you're above the deficiency cutoff, but whether you're actually optimal. Many labs flag deficiency at under 200 picograms per milliliter, but research suggests that nerve protection requires levels closer to 400 to 600. Step 3, if your doctor approves, consider a high-quality B-complex supplement that contains methylcobalamin, which is the active form of B12 your nerves can actually use, along with methylfolate and B6. These active forms are far better absorbed by people over 60 than the synthetic forms found in most standard supplements. Step 4, support your gut health. Incorporate fermented foods like plain Greek yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut into your diet. These support the beneficial bacteria that help you absorb B vitamins. Step 5, prioritize sleep like it's medicine. Because for your nerves, it literally is. Aim for 7 to 8 hours and talk to your doctor about whether your current medications may be affecting your B12 levels. Let me share a quick story about a woman named Patricia. She was 67 years old, retired, and had been dealing with burning and tingling in her feet for almost 2 years. Her regular blood work always came back normal. Her doctor told her it was probably just aging. She started doing her own research, found the connection between homocysteine and nerve health, and brought it up with her doctor. They finally ran a homocysteine test. Her level was 18, nearly double the optimal range. Her B12 was also low, despite the fact that she ate meat regularly. Turns out she had been on a proton pump inhibitor for acid reflux for 6 years, which had been silently draining her B12 the entire time. She worked with her doctor, switched to a methylcobalamin supplement, improved her gut health, and over the course of 6 months, the burning in her feet slowly faded. She's not perfect, but she told me she feels like she got her life back, and she did, because she had the right information. Here is your action plan. First, request a homocysteine test and a B12 test at your next doctor's visit. Second, review your current medications with your doctor and ask specifically about B vitamin depletion. Third, start incorporating active form B vitamins. Look for methylcobalamin and methylfolate on the label. Fourth, add one fermented food to your diet each day. Fifth, protect your sleep, 7 to 8 hours, consistent schedule, dark room. Sixth, reduce processed foods and refined sugars, which are known to increase oxidative stress and inflammation. So to recap what we covered today, the hidden poison destroying nerves after 60 is elevated homocysteine, driven by B vitamin deficiency, worsened by poor gut health, disrupted sleep, and certain common medications. This is not just aging. It is a biochemical process that can be tested, addressed, and in many cases, reversed. The first step is simply knowing it exists. If this video helped you or gave you something new to think about, I really want you to hit that like button. It's the single biggest thing you can do to help this channel reach the people who need this information most. And drop a comment below and tell me, did you know about homocysteine before today? I read every single comment and I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Every week we bring you honest, science-backed health information that your doctor may not have time to tell you, but that you absolutely deserve to know. And coming up next, I'm going to reveal the 5 early warning signs that your brain is aging faster than it should, and the surprising daily habit that's making it worse. You're going to want to see that one. I'll see you there. This video is for educational and informational purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, supplements, or medications. Individual results may vary.